I'm learning that people treat you how you treat yourself. And how you treat yourself is based on how you see yourself. And how you see yourself is based on the accumulated stories that you've told yourself, which makes up your self concept, basically, your self esteem. Now, that means in order for you to get treated better by people, you need to be able to treat yourself better. And to be able to treat yourself better, you need to be able to work on your self esteem. You need to be able to work on how you see yourself. Because how you see yourself is what defines your identity. This is a lesson that I am learning in real time because I am seeing how when I go into spaces and I demand for what it is that my new self wants, I see how it comes to me because it's like I'm not just demanding it because I'm trying to fake it till I make it. I'm demanding for what it is that I want because my new version or the version of me that I'm embodying is what is requiring of that. Interesting. It's like there are times when I've gone to some spaces where a service is being rendered, and the service provider would offer some kind of mid service, and I would just take it because somewhere in my mind I felt like that was what I was deserving of, or that was what I deserved. And I would accept it. I would accept whatever I was given. It wasn't just in service, it was also in friendships or whatever kind of relationship I found myself in. And I accepted a lot of rubbish because I felt like that was what I deserved somewhere in my mind. And because I accepted a lot of rubbish, more rubbish kept coming to me because somewhere in my subconscious, I wasn't good enough for better, even though I knew that better existed. But I thought that better was only left for those who deserved better. Ever since working on my self esteem, which is still a journey, is something that I'm still working on, ever since working on my confidence, I've started to see that perhaps I too deserve better. And because I've started to see that I deserve better, I've started to treat myself better. And in return, reality has started to reflect what better means for me. So that means that each day I'm learning what better means for me. Reality reflects that indeed I do deserve better. And that's because I've started to see within myself that I am worthy. So the point I'm trying to make here is that when you treat yourself like you know who you are, then the world will respond by treating you like who you are because you are who you are. But first, you must first know who you are. It's like if I go into a space, let's say like a hotel, for instance, and it's dirty, it is within my right to complain that the hotel room that I was given is dirty because I have observed that it's dirty. And because I identify as a clean person, I deserve a clean room and I am paying for this service. You would give me a clean room or give me a refund. It's either I get a clean room by that hotel or I take my money and go to a better location. One way or the other, I'm going to get a clean room because I deserve a clean room because I see myself as a clean person. And why did I see myself as a clean person? I started to see myself as a clean person because I had to shift my identity. But there was a time when, in a parallel universe, I would be given a dirty room. Even though I know I don't like dirty things, I would keep my mouth shut and accept it. And because I accepted it, it would continue to be that way for the duration of time I was staying in that particular hotel. And perhaps subconsciously, the staff will start to see me as someone who is just like a regular, I'm not deserving of the best things because I didn't complain when they gave me rubbish. And then in that same space, you would have another client who would come in and demand of them better, and they would provide better service to that client, even though the client probably even paid less than what I paid. And using a clean room in a hotel is just an analogy for how people would treat you differently than they would treat others, even though they know what they're supposed to do. But because you accepted that treatment, that initial treatment, they stuck with it and gave others a better treatment. Because for a while, I kept wondering why this person would treat person A better than they would treat me. And then one of the things I observed was that because person A would not take the rubbish that I would take. So I started to work on being able to stand up for myself by demanding what is better. And it wasn't just about standing up for myself and faking it, it was from going deep within and realizing that I am not even the kind of person that will take nonsense in the first place. And embodying that identity, because I realized that I want to be treated better in several aspects of my life, whether I'm getting a service, whether in friendship, whether in any form of interpersonal relationship I find myself. I want to be treated as best as you would treat a human being based on my level of consciousness. Because even up until now, I still feel like I deserve better. But as I expand my level of consciousness, I am learning what better means. But it first has to start with the way I treat myself. Treating myself means taking better care of myself and making sure that I appear like someone deserving of better treatment. Like, you know, having to deal with your mental health, there are times when you may not be in the mood to look your best. And it's understandable because you're already going through a lot in your mind and you can't be bothered with how you look on the outside. And for me, that was my experience for a while. I mean, I would do the bare minimum, take my bath. But then I realized that to go into some rooms, you must have to put in some extra effort to look presentable because that's what differentiates you from getting the A level treatment that you expect. And it's something that I'm still working on when it comes to my appearance and when I talk about appearance, I'm not just talking about how I look physically. I'm talking about how I present myself because I'm seeing that for me to be able to be taken seriously, I need to present myself in a certain light. Because when I present myself in a certain light, it means that I take myself enough seriously to be taken seriously. And that is a lesson that I want you to take from this video, that for you to be able to be taken seriously, for you to be treated better, you need to start to take yourself seriously and to treat yourself better. Because when you do that within yourself, then reality reflects that back to you.